Welcome, welcome, welcome to the wonderful world of Grandiasha and the Will-O-Wisp Woods. After a short hiatus, we are back. We are ready to roll, ready to play, ready to continue this journey through Grandiasha. So, as you all know, the journey of Grandiasha, with our wonderful players, left off on a rather emotional moment last time. Our wonderful players had just gotten back to the surface from their underworld escapades and their meeting with the Dark Prince, as he calls himself, or at least what others believe him to call himself. After finding their way to the surface, they attempted to find more information on the creature that they find themselves hunting, a Rakshasa. After traveling to a library that was closing as they had arrived, they found themselves now with about an hour to 2 hours time to search for books that could be helpful. And of course, with 5 people looking, well, 4 people looking, one of them trying to find a book worth reading. Eddie.
One of them wasn't looking, though. One of them was just sitting there.
Yeah. But nonetheless, our wonderful group went through and found as many books as they could to try and find any kind of answers they could get. Now, armed with much more information than they previously had, and with much more knowledge of their target, they found their way back to their inn to try and rest for the evening. However, they had seemingly split the rooms. May and Nyla were staying in one, Dwindle in another, and when normally Eddie would go to Dwindle's room so that he could be much more proper about things and not simply sleep in the same room as the wonderful women he has come to know, Odile had asked him to stay. With interactions between Odile and Eddie, the others found interactions among themselves. Dwindle finding a sigil upon his hand. One that had made itself known after a short period of time resting. Nyla and May had their own interactions, speaking amongst themselves, trying to figure out what they're doing now. And all of them get rest, one way or another, as sleep finds its way into each of their minds. The next morning, all feel the sun peering in through the windows of their beds, or their bedrooms, upon their beds. The light itself warm, but still this far north, it's a rather chilly morning. The warm interior of the room helps a little bit of fog find the corners and edges of the windows as this chilly morning hits outside. However, Dwindle, you wake up with the runes still inscribed on the back of your hand. Nyla and May, you wake up well rested and ready for the day. And Odio, you wake up with Eddie still there in the corner of the room, now, reading a book in one of the small wooden chairs that the room provides. The day is yours.
Side note, since Robon's still in Dwindle's room,
Mm-hmm.
Dwindle does find Robon on top of him at one point.
It's like another dwarf on him. It's fine.
This is fine.
It's called the dwarf pile for a reason.
It took him. You have to take care of that.
He just looks up. I got a smudge on you. He takes out a little rag and starts. Oh, I made it worse.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to the forge. I got a cart to finish.
As you all ready for the day and prepare for your plans, you can smell breakfast being made downstairs in the tavern. A few people seemingly have come in to have breakfast before their day begins. Those without their own means of making breakfast at home, or maybe they simply enjoy the cooking here better than at home. Either way, they find themselves stopping in for a meal before their day begins as well. The smell of breakfast meats such as sausage, bacon, even a little bit of fake meat for those less meat inclined. However, the sound of frying eggs can be heard, bread being warmed over a skillet that's hovering a certain distance over a small fire. The door stays open to the kitchen so that the smell wafts through the air, makes the space feel more inviting almost.
I'm gonna look up to Eddie and go, are you feeling any better?
I'm still exhausted, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Eventually, but like, do we need to stay in like the room today? Kind of fine, or are you okay if we like move into the city for a few hours? Kind of fine.
Either or. Last night I would have said no to venturing out, but
Obviously.
I've had a few hours to recuperate.
Okay. I have a small plan.
Small
You-
plan. He says as he giggles at you.
Ha ha ha. Funny, funny, fun. Yeah,
Ah.
you're feeling better already.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Neat.
Okay, can you go see if Dwindle's up? And if he is, one, tell him to give me back Rovan. Don't know why he took Rovan in the first place. And two, to come into my room so we can figure out a plan. I'm gonna go and try to get the girls. Because obviously we need to have a talk and we need to figure out a plan here.
Yeah.
As you said, I need to open up.
You do? I'm glad that you're
So
taking me for my word, though.
Not as much as you think I'm gonna be, mister.
It'll be fine. He then floats backwards through the chair, through the wall, and Dwindle sees a seated but floating Eddie apparate through his wall. You awake?
Aye.
Good.
You think I'd be getting used to this by now, but that doesn't.
I'm not getting used to it yet. I'd be surprised if you were. He then just begins to just almost like the characters in space just kind of starting to drift as he starts to spin slightly. Just kind of nodding his head towards Dwindle, making eye contact the entire time.
That's not right, and you know it.
No, but it is entertaining.
Don't make me find some ghost screws now.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'll assume that you were trying to threaten me in some way.
Not really threaten, more of making sure you can keep your head from spinning that way, but yeah.
How would that work? You know, I've heard the saying, dead as a doornail. Do you think doornails actually have spirits?
Says if the metal talks to me when I'm spiffing, aye.
Considering that it's being forced into a totally separate shape than what it normally is, I assume that it's a whole lot of screaming.
No. It's more like what form it wants to take. Hence, you must guide it to where it's supposed to be.
He then seems to stare at Dwindle for a long moment. I don't think that the metal is actually talking to you.
General Smith. He walks away.
Well, whenever you get ready, Odile seems to have some kind of plan that she wants to talk over with
Out the
everybody.
door.
Ah, wonderful.
He's just walking.
Just halfway through the sentence, Dwindle's just out the door and around the corner. Well.
Just the sound of him chanting beat, 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 right past the door.
Eddie floats back through the wall.
You just see Rovan still following the window, though. Because he didn't hear the words of Odile wanting him back.
Hey, what do you want? Bolts? Copper? Wait, boy.
Just keep walking.
Eddie floats back through the wall, and you all can hear Dwindle because he's not exactly quiet.
See if I'm in the hall. After Eddie floated out of the room, I walked out of the room to go get the girls.
Ah, he's been abandoned twice.
I didn't mean to. I said I was going to get the girls.
You did.
Walks over. Oh, hi, odd. Pets her on the head and goes away.
It's on. Wait, you're supposed to go to my group. Bring me back food too.
More meat, more
Please.
meat, more meat, more meat, more meat, more meat.
And toast. Probably didn't hear me. Knocks on the door. And then looks down at Robot. Oh, hey, buddy. Why did you have a smudge on you?
May's gonna open the door. Hello? Looks up. Looks down. Oh, hey, it's... You guys already up and at it?
No, he didn't wake up with violence, but, you guys are all really testing my buttons right now, and,
What'd I do? You just knocked on the door, Odile. I know you wake up choosing violence every day, but
no, I didn't. No,
I just woke up.
No. Gets on to Rovan now that I have him. Now I'm eye level with ya.
My eyes just like lift up.
Hi. Is Nyla up?
Yeah. Just opens the door a little bit more. Show Nyla.
Morning. Window's apparently getting meat.
Is he getting coffee too?
I don't know. All I heard him saying was meat.
I want to.
Is there any way that I can see him from up here? Because I would totally burn a slot to psychically tell him to get me coffee.
Like, there's probably people that work here walking through the hall, so. Yeah. When you guys are ready, we're all set. Come into my room. Wendell's gonna meet us there. And we'll figure out a plan. I already kind of have one started. But obviously we have to come all together for this. And yeah.
I do like the sound of plan.
Yes, I agree. Well, I'm already ready. So I'll just go down with you. Nyla, are you okay?
I'll be back in a minute.
You ready?
She's gonna pop down and go and get some coffee and possibly some meat along with Wendell.
Oh, well, yeah, that's where me and Odile go.
Oh, then yes.
Oh. Okay, well then, like I said, I'll just meet you guys
Abandon
back
the
in.
yard.
Yeah, I guess I'll just meet you guys all back in my room. It's fine. I already told him to get me food. I guess he's getting me meat too. Even though I don't really eat
Feel
much
like I'm
meat.
forgetting.
But whatever. I don't really eat meat, but I don't care. I'll eat it.
I'll take anything y'all don't want.
It's fine. But yeah, I'll just meet you guys back in my room.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
I'll be up in a
See you
couple
there.
minutes.
Hey, bye. Come on, Rovan, let's get this smudge off of you. Oh, I miss you, my buddy. Did you miss me? Loving up on him. Now that I have him back.
Alright, are you ready? And then just
After they're out of after they're out of earshot of Odd, she's just gonna lean over. She looks a lot better this morning. What do you think happened?
finally slept on the right side of the bed. Do you think?
I think it's an understatement.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. Let's just hope it stays.
Yeah, hopefully. I feel bad for pushing her.
A little bit. Yeah. Anyways, coffee sounds great.
Yes, coffee.
Let's go get coffee.
I'm so tempted to locate object right now on coffee. To find the closest source.
Okay, are we sure it's Nyla the character that wants coffee and not Nyla the player that wants coffee at this point?
No.
Why not both?
Both is good.
Both is good.
Anyone
Both is
want to
good.
bring me some coffee?
You're too fat. Otherwise, I would.
Okay.
I brought you coffee last year.
True. That was good. Gotta do that again.
Do we find Wendell when we get downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta come up behind him. Good morning, Wendell.
Oh, I'm seeing sausage. What? I
Ah,
don't know where that came from though.
I guess it was worth money well spent coming here. And Nyla, locate object.
For coffee? Okay. I'm gonna do it. Where's the nearest source of coffee?
I apologize. I was a little distracted by something. It's not difficult to find it without the spell slot needed. I promise.
Wait, can I ritual cast it?
You can smell it just as alongside the meat and the breakfast foods, just as easily. It's a little less pungent than the frying of the meats. However, it is strong enough that you can smell it when you get back down, or when you get downstairs to the tavern. As you sit, you have a few of the morning waitresses already coming over to try and set up small plates and cups, seemingly taking orders as you all get whatever it is that you'd like. Dwindle already having his share.
Coffee and bacon. That's all I need.
Pocket bacon.
Exactly. You understand?
Pocket bacon again.
Comes in handy.
Great oats and coffee. Coffee's good.
Yeah, now I want coffee in real life.
You said it enough times that
Why did I do this to myself?
Yeah, sounds like a problem.
it
But it takes so much work.
Nice.
Journals is just eating.
Yeah, we're just eating.
Bring it up to the room.
Mm.
I'm just grabbing
Yeah.
him and going upstairs with it.
Oh, we can? Oh, then we do that. Go wait, let's go do it.
Hmm.
Gonna knock on Odil's door.
Knock, knock, knocking on Odil's door.
Hello. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's you guys. You could just come in.
Okay. Can open the door. Did Dwindle follow us up, or is Dwindle still downstairs? Eating.
Still stuffing his face.
Okay.
I was gonna turn, look at you guys. Where's Dreadnought?
Stuffing his face. They'll be in soon, and I hope they'll run out of food eventually.
I'm gonna duck back out and drag Dwindle up.
May's just gonna
Over my
stay
fried
stuck
sausage.
in the room, shut the door, and
Carry it up, I promise.
No.
sit on the floor next to the bed and leaning against the
It's already on the floor.
Mhm.
And you can
Stay
probably
in your
see where her little pillows and blankets are that she has on the floor.
Mhm.
A little nest.
You don't
Huh?
sleep on the bed.
No, I never
Mm.
do. Do you realize that when we slept in the
Well,
rooms back in
usually-
Grandiasha, where I slept in the barn?
Well, I thought you just didn't like us in honesty, so.
No, I don't like them.
So you don't like. Why do we have these miscommunications all the time? That makes sense, though. Okay.
I don't like beds. I honestly don't think
If you
I've
don't mind
slept in
me
a bed
asking.
in like 100 years.
Is it just preference?
Yeah, I would say so. It's kind of uncomfortable.
You're from the Feywild, right?
Yeah.
What's it like there?
I barely remember. It was a lot of craziness, honestly.
How
I mean,
old are you?
I mean, I do remember a lot of things, but I don't want to remember a lot of things there either. I don't really care to remember, because I'm never going back there, so I don't really care. But yeah, it's just a lot of craziness. It's pretty.
How old are you? Odile?
Players having a momentary forgettance. 1 second. Sorry. I'm 117.
You are?
Mhm.
Great. That. Okay. I believe you. Okay, so it's been.
I don't know how to feel about that. How many fairies have you seen?
I've never really met, like, one, like, face to face. Like, I've
Okay,
never
so
really
then you wouldn't
talked
have
with a
me
fairy.
to reference on for ages? Correct?
Well, I've never seen an old fairy.
But you've also never seen a
so-
young fairy.
Yeah, but you look really.
Can you say anything about my size?
I'm not saying nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's over to Eddie. I swear the two of you are in cahoots today about my size. What's up with you two?
Well, I did have an actual question though. What's May's gonna pop a piece of fruit in her mouth and like kind of like use her fork and like motion over towards Odil's belt. Like, why does her thing glow? Is that like magic or something?
One of my tinkerings. It was actually my first tinkering thing I made. It didn't work correctly.
Wait, you made it?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
You do realize what I do, right?
Well, I thought she did more stuff like robot.
Well, yeah, that's mostly what I do, but we all have to start somewhere. And I... Huh?
That was cool, by the way. The whistle. You know?
Oh, yeah. I figured it out kind of quickly. I mean, I realized they were dogs, and dogs don't like high-pitched noises. So I kind of figured. Put a whistle.
Wince. Gonna wince and... Yeah.
But, yeah, no, this is my first little craft I made, kind of. And, I made it a long time ago. With someone I knew. Unfortunately, it did not work the way it was supposed to. But I still care for it very much. Like, very, 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 very much. And unfortunately, it's tied to a lot of my emotions. So.
It glows and it's tied to your emotions.
Just some of them.
Just some of them.
Some of them. You didn't notice that?
It to glow when you were down there.
Yeah. Did you guys not notice how freaked out I was?
Well, what?
You want me to open up and stuff like
What I meant to say is you did seem really freaked out. Why? I'm sorry.
You wait too. That's all I get to say in that part. But yes, my belt is very pretty. See, it's so pretty, and it's also kind of sharp too, and stuff. But it does sometimes glow on its own randomly. I don't know why that part. I think it was just a little glitch. I don't know. And it happens very, very rarely though.
Can I roll insight?
Okay. What are you trying to figure out? Are you trying to figure out something on the belt or something
Just
about
a
us?
second. Sorry. My sister's bugging.
Ah, siblings.
Very good. Okay. No, because you're like... No, she's just gonna turn to Eddie. Avoidance.
What did I do?
Oh, I'm talking about
Straight.
her. Avoidance.
Damn straight.
But what did I do?
Oh, you haven't done anything, Eddie. Do you eat? Do you have to eat? Are you just like... Are you just here?
I'm going to reiterate. I'm dead.
Well, what really
Hi,
is
I'm
different
Eddie the Ghost.
between
It's
dead and
wonderful to
being
meet
alive?
your acquaintance.
I mean, you're still technically on our plane, though, right?
That does not make me alive.
But what makes you...
As you can
That
see, and he
was
starts to
a
slide his
question.
hand through his torso, up, down, back and forth. I don't believe most living creatures can do that without magic.
suppose you're right.
And to help with that, he then shoves his hand through Dwindle's head. I don't believe other living creatures can do this either.
Wait, Dwindle's here?
Wait, we're back up?
Why did you get
Wait,
back
they're
up?
Dwindle's...
It doesn't take long at all for you all to
I was
make
assuming
your
we
way
were
up.
arguing down in the dining room longer than that. Dwindle.
You
I
can bring
help
your
prepare
food with you.
food. Yeah, but I'm trying to convince Dwindle of that.
As a DM, I'm trying to get you all in one room to, talk. Shh. Dwindle there with 3 plates.
Odd grabs for one of the plates, thinking it's hers.
Hey, it's yours
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
for now.
Oh, and Dwindle, when you feel Eddie's hand go through your head, it's a very weird feeling. You know that numbness you get when you sit down too long and your leg kind of goes numb?
Mhm.
That.
How fast does he put his hand through his head?
You're fast
Like-
enough. Like, immediately. Like, from elbow to about elbow to wrist is how far through.
Oh my god, you know what? This is really scary.
Yes, it is.
May's gonna put her plate on the bed, stand up, look at Eddie, turn to Dwindle, and just like on the other side of his head.
Just crack him across the fucking skull.
I'm just gonna roll on the floor.
I guess that is the difference.
Yes, I'm very dead.
Anyways, sit back down and chugs coffee that fix everything. And
So did you still need that insight? Are we good? Okay.
no, it's not that important.
Any other
Oh,
questions?
it is? No. So what's the plan? Do you think we'll hear from the prince today?
Honestly, no. I don't think so at all. It's going to take time. And it's going to at least take a day. It's going to take some part of the day to do. Right? Let's be honest. Okay, bare minimum. And then they have to get back to us. Right?
I do believe that's
So-
what he said, yeah.
Exactly. So, with all of that in mind, okay, I think we're gonna be here longer than the 2 days you guys all expected. Can we all agree on that?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. So, now that we agreed on that part, let's agree on the next part. Where are we staying until we finish this job? Are we going to stay here? Or are we gonna go further in where it's technically cheaper?
I'm fine either way. Whatever we can afford. I don't need much.
I like how y'all say that
Right.
as if y'all didn't pillage an entire kingdom's safe.
I did not.
Yeah.
I spent
Barely.
90
Odd took the least amount in the group. She did.
I spent almost all of it. Actually, I spent all of that and a little bit of what I have had before then. I am back to being poor again.
You paid me with Eddie's own money. You paid me back for Eddie's own money.
And you guys haven't been trying to look for jobs either. So, I'm guessing after tonight we're gonna want to look for a cheaper inn to stay at.
I think we should
Okay.
just step into.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. So, with that in mind, after night, we'll go and do that. Cool. I know Dwindle needs to go and finish his cart. I have some things that I need to finish doing, since I didn't get to do them. And, unfortunately, the way you guys are working right now, with all this stuff... What's up, Eddie? I have a feeling we're gonna need to go back down to the black market, even though I don't want to. I'm going to need to make something if you want me to go back down there. So I'm also going to need to go back to the forge to make something. Now, we have definitely learned we don't trust you two alone.
Yay.
No.
No, you guys are a disaster when it's just you two.
Exactly. So, here's what's gonna happen today, okay? Nyla, you're coming with me. Sorry. May? Sorry. Sorry. May? You're going with Dwindle, okay? Because I'm guessing we're probably not going to be at the same forge since your part is going to take up a lot of space. Just saying. And then in between of our works and everything, we're also going to be looking at information on the Rakshasha that we're trying to defeat and everything. Especially Nyla, you're gonna try to feed me whatever information you do find inside the books. Okay? I'm not gonna be able to get all the information that you tell me during the time I'm working, but during my breaks I can definitely get some of the information. But also, Dwindle and May, during your little breaks, I want you guys to also go into town and get resources or anything else you guys think we're gonna need while we're fighting, and also when we go on our next adventure out of town. Okay? Does that sound okay to you guys?
Okay with that?
Yes, Mom.
Just showing. Do I get to work my cart?
No, that's what I'm saying. You get to work your cart. I'm saying in between working your cart, you go and do that, because I know there's going to be times that you have to break in between. Like,
Yay.
well, maybe
Worst. Willingly take breaks?
they kind of have to, because there's parts of the work that have to cool down. If you don't let certain things cool down before you continue working on them, they can break or they become certain fragile. And Odd starts going on to this tangent thing, and then starts looking at your face and go, "Sorry, wrong crowd to talk. Sorry."
That was a joke.
Yeah, I see that. Sorry, wrong crowd.
Glad you knew your stuff, though.
Of course I do. Of course I do. But, so does this all sound like a decent plan? And then tonight, when we come back to the inn, we'll all meet back in here, see what information we have, see if anybody came up to us about where the Rakshasha is or anything, and see if we can come up with a plan of how to defeat them and such. Does this sound all good to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, someone needs to go and find a map of outside the city so we know where we're going next. Okay? We need to be smart about this. I don't want to be wandering around aimlessly while we try to get to the next town. Yes, we've noticed that. You and your squirrels.
We'll find one when we're in town.
Okay, good. Because I also don't know what town you guys are wanting to go to next or anything. So,
When we get there.
sounds good. Any questions? Set up plans? Anything else? Doesn't matter. Any questions? Anybody? Starts munching on whatever food's on the plate.
It's just sausages and steaks. And pork chops. That's all it is.
Looks at Kid's plate.
I'm just going to pass the rest to you. Don't worry. Which is kind of.
Franco. I'll eat the rest of this one sausage, and then give the plate back to Dwindle. I can only eat so much meat.
I'll take some of
Okay,
that.
I'll give it to the Rams.
Wait a second, I'll take it.
While we're talking, what are we doing when we're done with this?
What?
When we're done finding the Rakshasha, what are we doing?
Still trying to find the dragon, aren't we?
I think that
It's strength to beat dragon. Strength. Be able to field, or we're just screwed pretty much.
then we find strength. But I mean, there's got to be some sort of people that also don't want this dragon around. You know,
Those about me.
what about that golden dragon? He's gonna like gesture to like the claw.
Please, let's get them.
What about the golden dragon?
What about him?
Did they say that it might still be around? We might not be able to face a dragon, but
Turn steady.
What?
If he is,
Do I think what?
say more about the creator than I would.
Well, if you mean Tamir, I know enough.
Would he still be around is what she's basically asking.
Oh, I have no idea.
if you have no idea, there's a possibility of him being still around.
I have no idea how long I've been dead. So I'm not entirely sure if he'd be alive or not.
You? No, I'm not doing
No, what?
Nope. Odds like nope. Not even a 3. Had the moment and then. She's like, we'll find that information eventually. That is not the way to find that information.
Find what information?
Wait, did you say that? Did
Yeah.
No.
She did. Oh, when you died and stuff.
A long time ago.
Oh, I know that part.
Galaxy 5 finally.
Well, if we get this done for Nyla, maybe we'll have that information.
True. But I also think, on top of, obviously the end goal is to go and defeat this dragon. Hopefully, maybe. If we don't. I've already twice now with this group. That's and also this blood gem that you guys are looking for.
Yeah.
I think we also need to find little small gigs and jobs to keep our money. Because how else are we gonna be able to afford food? Because yes, once Dwindle has the cart done, we'll be able to sleep in there and we don't have to worry about an inn, except for when we need to take baths. Yes, Dwindle, you're taking baths. But
Dwindle's gone.
Dwindle did not leave.
Dwindle left.
Dwindle, you did not
I was
leave.
still eating.
Yeah,
He still had a full plate of meat. Like,
you're supposed to be babysitting this one. You cannot leave her yet.
Dwindle's just at the door, just.
You cannot leave yet. You're babysitting this one, remember?
I'm older
Which
than
one?
you.
Didn't act like it.
Agreed.
Set down my plate and I'm gonna pick up and leave.
Oh, you know what? I do barely eat, so that was fine. You got any questions, Nyla? Now that they're gone.
I mean, I guess I'll just kind of follow you wherever you're going. You said you wanted me to read the books while you do the forge. I can do that.
Okay. Do you have the books?
They're around here somewhere.
You
Start
do
rummaging through
realize...
her bag.
Dwindle's
Okay, I was gonna say, we're not in your room, so...
Let me go find them.
Okay. Alright. Eddie, which book did you want to read? I'll make sure Nyla turns the pages for you so you can try to regain as much more energy as you can today, too.
I'm not entirely sure I want to share that information. I found a new book, okay? Leave me alone.
That is terrifying. But not surprising at the same time, considering the books that you've read.
That's rude.
Those were just some of the things you said, alright?
My taste in reading does not affect whether or not I'm strange. Thank you.
I didn't say it did.
It sounded like you were insinuating it.
No, because I already said you're strange.
See, that's just rude.
Well, you started it.
Well, I'm going to be the bigger person and end it.
No, I finished it. So.
Well, I suppose that conversation would be pretty short.
Well, I can't leave my desk area. I have staples on the ground now.
You've trapped yourself.
I did.
Nonetheless,
Anyway. I gets on Robon and just walks out the door. But you have fun with your books.
so May and Dwindle are going to a forge to begin work on strengthening the cart. Well, Dwindle is. May is just being forced to come along as Odile has made it very clear that May is not to be left alone. Or left alone with Nyla.
We are untrustworthy.
I believe that they trust that you will cause some kind of problem.
And we're in enough problems right
that goes
now.
without saying.
Like, they're like, we'll trust you eventually. It's just right now we have enough to deal with. Let's deal with this right now, and then you guys can go back to.
You lost your soul. I doubt we're gonna trust you to be by yourself ever again.
Dwindle certainly isn't going to trust me to do that.
No.
Worth it.
What is it that you're working on, Dwindle?
Hey, for this one we're gonna be putting on more metal plates around the carts.
Oh, so like... Okay. Sounds good. Well, I am at your disposal for help. Apparently.
Perfect. You can help lift.
One thing I'm really good at.
We'll see. To the forge.
To the forge.
Hello.
I think he's being slow because I made my bed. Sorry, think it's slow because of me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm... Hey, James, is Dwindle in the Grandiasha campaign?
I should have access to everything that you have, and you should have access to everything I have. Umbro and everything.
It should... You should be able to see it. Did you allow homebrew?
Yeah. I see all my homebrew created items as well.
I see it.
Bundle is not in the Grandiasha one.
Well, neither is this character, but you can definitely, I can definitely see it. That's interesting. Sorry. So, remember, things are alphabetical. So, what does Dwindle want to do with the cart?
I'm wanting to add more metal around it so that I start providing cover for those who hide behind it with arrow slits.
Okay. For that, and you do have proficiency in Smith's tools, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go on ahead. I would like you to roll a d20 plus your strength mod plus proficiency because you're proficient in Smith's tools. And since May is helping you, you can either roll at advantage or May, you can roll a separate die and we can add those two up and see what the total would be.
Okay. What do you want to do, James?
Up to you. I have a plus a lot.
Yeah, probably just give it to you to put twice.
Okay. Jondo is actually not in the campaign. Okay. That might explain things. 4, 19 plus strength. So am I doubling my proficiency? Or
No, you're just adding proficiency.
alrighty. See bonus there, 7. 20. Yeah, 22.
Very nice. And while you're working on that for the next few hours, I'm so used to saying May and Nyla. Odile and Nyla. What are you two doing?
Let's find me a forge.
Reading the books.
Okay. Well, it's not difficult to find a forge here in the Forge City.
Mm-hmm. Take it to them.
The normal rent time would be about 2 silvers.
For an hour? Or the day?
For a day.
For
A
a day?
normal
Okay.
working day.
Okay. Silvers.
Yeah, your goblin friend was being very greedy, not expecting somebody to actually come out with the amount of money you all had.
Was like barely having money before I missed it.
Most normal people don't actually have much to spend, so most people actually have normal prices. However, he did not actually want people using his forge, so he said an outlandish price. And you all still had the amount, so.
And I was just like, yeah, I need a forge. Come on, give me forge, give me forge, give me.
Yep.
And that was also after I went and got jobs too, so I could afford the forge.
Mm-hmm.
Jerk.
Yep. And now you all are being exposed to the normal amount that most would charge. So what does Odile want to do in the forge?
There's a few things I need to work on.
Okay.
I need to work on Rovon's wings, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make her mask. If she's ever going to step foot in the black market again, she's not going down there again without a mask.
Okay.
And then she's going to make another version of the metal like she made for Dwindle. But instead of the flaming broth sigil, it's gonna have the sigil that Eddie wears.
Okay.
But it's going to be made out of what is it? Titanium, since it's very lightweight.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright.
So what do you need me to roll?
For the wings, I need an intelligence check with proficiency. For designing them and getting them measured out, and of course continuing the work on them.
Well, no, they're already designed and everything, remember? We've already done everything. They're already set up. They just don't fly yet.
Yeah, it's just adjusting them and getting them to fly.
Yeah, so.
Every time you work on them, you will have to adjust them and figure out what does and what does not work.
Okay. Okay, so that's just intelligence plus proficiency. Okay.
And then I'll need the total for that. After you get the total based off of what it is, the DC will be higher or lower, but then I will need, kind of like with Dwindles, I need a strength check with proficiency.
Let's see. Okay. I'm writing this all down.
Am I able to add anything to that, since I'll be bouncing back and forth from reading to helping her as necessary?
It will make your DC on finding information more difficult if you help, but you can give advantage.
That's fair. What do you think? No?
Odile won't let you touch.
I guess
You
I'm doing
are-
all reading.
You are not a Sith.
Okay.
But I have dexterity.
It would be one thing if you're like passing her a tool. But otherwise, no. She is not risking you getting hurt or anything. She's like, no. You sit over here. Here, eat a cookie. You good. You need your foot. You're good. Okay. So green or purple?
Aquamarine.
I don't have aquamarine. Thank you.
There
That's
we
my
go.
girlfriend. Isn't my proficiency already added into my on my D&D sheet? On D&D Beyond?
For a flat strength check, no. And
No,
for
for my
your
intelligence.
no. Intelligence isn't automatically added as a proficiency. The intelligence
so I have
check
to add them.
is the base stat check, just the modifier itself.
Okay, so it's everything else that has it added.
Mhm.
Sorry, had to check.
You're good.
So that's a... Okay, so...
What? What? Lance, no! Goodness, no!
It's...
Holy...
You're welcome.
This is... Oh gosh. Oh no.
Okay, so for the intelligence roll, I got a 24. For the
Mhm.
strength one, I got a 15.
Okay. Rovan's wings were at about 20% completion. You now have them at 35. Oh, I decided that I'm going to keep track of Rovan's completion based off of a percentile, and due to the fact that you have completed work on him as you have traveled and attempted to put in time and effort into making them functional, it is a slow process, as it is attempting to make a metal creature that is as heavy as Rovan is fly and fly properly using metal. So, with every time you look at the design, you refigure the design, you work on the design, you add it to Rovan, you work on Rovan, and you get Rovan attempting to make them operational, your percentile will go up or down based off of your checks, whether or not he gets damaged, whether or not...
Feeling very good.
You're fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Love you guys. Have a good night.
Feel better.
Night.
Careful.
Thank you.
Sad face.
My stuff's having an aneurysm.
Yeah, at least it's the stream and not you. Yet.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now I've got things fixed. No, I don't. There we go. Okay. Now it's fixed. Wonderful. Anywho.
Are we back on?
Okay. Everything's back to normal. Wonderful. Perfect. Okay. So. What was I doing? Oh. Odile had asked me a question.
Nope. Made it.
May did. May asked me a question. Somebody asked me a question.
Yes. So, is there like a shop connected to this at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd like to go to the shop. I'm gonna look at Dwindle. Be like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm just going right in here. And then I'm gonna go in the shop. And I want to look at armor if they have armor.
Mm-hmm. They have a few armors. They have a few different armors that you can choose from. They have light armors, medium armors, heavy armors.
More medium.
Okay.
Mediums.
They have a few to choose from.
They have half. What's it called?
Half plate?
Half plate, yeah.
Well, you can see a few half plate armors that are intricately designed, and because of their intricate designs, as well as the fact that they are half plate, they range around the 750 gold price range. There's one that's extremely intricate that's actually 850. There's one that's a little less intricate but has more jewels within it. That one's about 800. And then you've got one that's just metal. It's got a few minor designs within the plate itself. And that one's only 750.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna go. Is there the blacksmith around or anybody that's running?
There's a shopkeep.
I'm gonna approach them. Excuse me?
You approach, and behind the counter is a normal human man. Little salt and pepper in his beard. Few burn marks on his arms. But he seems normal for the most part.
Hi. I was wondering about purchasing some armor.
Alright, what are you wanting?
I wanted that half plate over there.
Okay. Do you have the money for it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you've got the money, you can have it.
Okay. She's gonna put out. How much is it?
You haven't asked for the
Should I
price.
pull out?
I love this.
Okay. Oh no. Just a second. He just managed to turn on everything.
He's doing his job well.
He's fine.
Is Dwindle an earshot of this? I mean, granted, I'm probably going to this blacksmith and using his forge and paying for metal. But
What's Dwindle's passive?
his passive is 14. Yeah, it's 14.
Go on ahead and roll a perception check. Because you could hear muffled talking, but it's also hard to hear over the sound of the
14.
forge. Yeah, it's a little difficult to make out what's actually being said over the sound of the forge itself, banging the metal, working the actual metal, and making sure that everything's going smoothly. Your attention is drawn elsewhere, basically.
I was wondering though, how much does it cost for a custom piece? Would you say?
That depends entirely on the material used, the amount of material used, and what you're looking for.
I still wanted half plate, but I have a particular design,
Well,
and
depending on how difficult the design is, I would charge more or less based on that.
well, she's gonna click off her belt, um, and sit this like this it'll like face up on the table. I want something that's not exactly this, but something similar. Not in your face. If that makes sense.
It would take me some time.
Okay. How long do you think it would take?
Few days.
Okay. Let me. I'll be back. I need to figure out how long we're gonna be here for.
Okay.
And she's gonna go back outside to Dwindle. And as he's working, she's gonna be like, "How long do you think we'll be in town for?"
Well, I'm more of a based off of. I'm just working. I just follow you guys around really majority of the time and clean up on your messes.
Why do you stay with us? Like,
That's a very good question. I've repaid my debts to you all. I guess it's more of making sure that we deal with this dragon problem and this blood gem problem, which I will tell you now, once we have the blood gem, none of you are getting it. I'm taking it to Flame and Broth, and it shall never be seen again.
that's the best place for it. It sounds. As you guys smell good. You dwarves are insufferable.
I know it's
You
more
guys
the
are
other-
probably
other
the
races.
best. Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Elves are the hardest to deal with.
Keep telling
Maybe.
yourself that.
No. I'd rather deal with a drunken human than a wood elf.
A drunken human.
Aye.
What's the difference between a drunken human and a wood elf?
Wood elves are typically normally always high.
I guess you're right.
High on their emotions. They're really hard to deal with.
She's just gonna nod her head. Anyways, that's probably the best place for it.
Aye. Probably be going to the king himself, actually. I'll think about it.
So Flemon Broth has a king. It's like its own
Aye.
kingdom. So it's not just a hole in a mountain.
Clan Flam and Broth. Yes.
Okay. Why'd you leave?
They get lost.
I find that hard to believe, Dwindle.
I really hadn't had much reason to leave. I was out there on patrol, and then I saw something. I decided to go chase him into the woods like a foolish squat. I knew better. And after a couple days, I found you all. I have kids.
Did
to
you
take
send
care of.
word out to them?
Oh yes, I've sent 3 letters now.
Okay. I mean, why stay out here? I mean, I know you said the blood gem, the dragon, but if you have family, why put yourself in that danger instead of going back to them? I mean, it was an accident that you left.
It's simply what's right. I couldn't go back to being a god of the halls if that was the case. Be shame on myself, shame on everyone else.
So bad, Dwindle. You've got a good heart. I don't understand it, but I mean, I guess I do. Got my own sense. So, sense of morals. But thanks for staying, anyways.
It's just a typical dwarf. Good dwarf. You've had stuff in your life, I'm sure of. Based on what happened a couple of days ago. But
Yeah.
we'll get through it. I will say you need to let go of your hatred, or it'll pretty much take control of you like it did last time.
My hatred?
Hey,
Of what?
ever since you saw something in the woods there, all you've been thinking really or talking about is I've been seeing this kind of... Never mind, he wasn't there, I can't say that. He didn't hear you talk about your people you're hunting. He wasn't. So retcon. Sorry, DM.
Hunting, yeah. It's fine. It will be fine. I mean, we're hunting a dragon, so if it's not fine, I mean, chances are we'll probably die. So better get some good out of the way in the meantime. But thanks.
No problem. I mean that.
You'll go home to see them. And she's gonna...
DM.
Mm-hmm.
By how thick of the metal? I'm trying to go for about enough to survive, in his mind, 1 or 2 dragon breaths of fire. That's the plan. I know it's like he's buying steel. He's buying he wants a scene way too way too strong.
How thick does Dwindle think it needs to be?
Where's the D4? This could...
And
he
keep
has
in
to-
mind,
he knows it
every
has to
time
move.
you add more to the cart, it does get heavier.
Yes, this thing already weighs half a ton already.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking probably 2 inches thick.
Okay.
There's at least one dragon's breath in his mind. He's like,
Okay.
it's heavy. It's stupid heavy.
Mm-hmm. It'll take some time, but you could do it.
Yeah, he doesn't expect to get the whole thing done. It's gonna take time. He's just focusing on the front right now.
Mm-hmm.
So work the bottom to the top.
Well, piece by piece, you'll be able to do it.
How much is this costing?
Yep.
Yeah, yep is not an answer. I'm putting pure steel on this thing. Is
Well, how much are you using?
as much as it takes. And this, he's not using iron. He's using steel. Forget.
I'm so glad that the internet exists.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too now. So it's iron. It's an alloy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's an alloy.
Cost
so
per
it's...
cost per pound, steel is 4 gold pieces.
Oh, good heavens. Okay, we're gonna change things up a bit then. Because I was remembering how heavy this is gonna be. He's gonna go to 1.5 inches. It's only
Okay.
half-inch difference. At the same time, it's a massive weight difference.
4 gold, 4 gold per pound.
How much are the gold ingots again?
The gold ingots? It was 50 gold, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because it's 50 gold per pound.
Oh, and each one's like 3 pounds? Or...
Yeah, it's 50 gold per pound. Each of them are about 5 pounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, this guy's... I hate this blacksmith, but this blacksmith's gonna love me.
Him? Oh yeah.
How much weight can I do in a day?
Based off the fact that you're trying to do the entire front, you could probably do 2 sections of the front half. Or the front. Ah. 2 section pieces of the front.
Okay. Each one is 250.
And steel is for 4 gold per pound.
I'm just doing math here. Like, do I even have? I do.
Gonna make this thing look like a train.
This is a literal train. So the first section, the front half of it is going to be 1.5 inches. The rest of it's gonna be 1 inch. Because this weight is getting, oh gosh. He's gonna put 8 bars of gold on the... So 8 equals 2,000. He's gonna put 16 bars of gold. And pay for 4,000 gold's worth. He's gonna pay for 1,000 pounds of steel.
It's funny that you think that he has that.
It's funny enough that I have 20 and I keep track.
He does not have 1,000 pounds of steel. I can promise you that.
Oh, him. No, I'm like, I can have my own sheet. How much does he have?
Most normal people, he's got maybe at most 15.
Pounds?
Uh-huh. Most people
Yeah.
don't come into blacksmith shops and go, "Hey, I need 2,000 pounds of steel."
I am making a literal tank.
You got 15 pounds.
Never mind. Looks like I can't really do any work today. Correction. The work today is me getting all the pounds of steel that I can get a hold of.
In this city?
Work on the
That's-
forge. You can work on the forge that you have on the cart.
Yeah. At the same time, I have to do a long press. Oh dear. Good heavens. So 15 times 4 equals 60, so I'm gonna pay man 60 gold.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna ask him, who's your supplier?
The city?
I need a stupid and large amount of steel, buddy. I am armoring that. He points at the cart.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to the city about that one.
I should probably go grab some drinks for my good old elf friend, Tuscanil.
Oh boy.
You're gonna see tomorrow.
And with that, we're gonna call the episode there for tonight, I think.
Oh.
Uh-huh. With the idea of Dwindle about to go torture this poor elf.
Wait, is that the elf that grew up with him?
Yes, his
That
friend,
that had
Wendell's best
and the-
friend out in the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
that I kind of gifted him
Yep.
the paper
Mm-hmm.
with all the.
And Dwindle is about to go and torment this poor man.
After I just made him mad. Wendell!
Hi, get out. No, none. I have a business, but no, get. I need a lot of steel, please. I need to take a breath attack of a dragon, please.
But with Odile getting more work done on her wonderful companion's wings, the group learning that Odile apparently takes charge very well and very easily, Dwindle learning that people don't just have 1,000 pounds of metal.
No, I know that.
And
Hello.
our wonderful group now back to the journey of Grandiasha. Thank you all for joining us tonight after our little hiatus. I do hope that you all will get lost following the Will-O-Wisp once again, and we'll be sure to keep the campfire roaring for you so that you can hear more of their stories here in the Will-O-Wisp Woods. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. And do remember to check out the YouTube where all of the VODs are. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.